Hello and welcome to an episode of Historically Marked. This is another Elvis edition, and this time I am in front of the high school where he graduated from, except now it's a middle school. But it used to be Humes High School. It is added to the National Register of Historic Places because of its design, and I don't know if it was because of its historic status, but this is where, again, Elvis graduated high school in 1953. There's a historical marker that tells all about it, and I'll go ahead and read it. Well, school is not in session at the moment. This is early August, and I see a bunch of trash over there, and yeah, it looks like the place hasn't been well kept, but it's still in middle school. All right, there's that marker over there, put up by the Tennessee Historic Commission. Good golly. Let's see. So this was built in 1924. Over there it says, the hope of democracy depends on the diffusion of knowledge and wisdom. Alright, so this was originally named Northside High School. The school at this site was renamed Humes High School in 1925 to honor Lawrence C. Humes, who lived from 1880 to 1925, president of the Memphis Board of Education. It operated for 42 years, closing in 1967. Its most celebrated alumnus was Elvis Presley, who helped originate and popularize rock and roll music and was one of the most successful entertainers of the 20th century. Presley entered Humes Junior High School in 1948 and graduated from Humes High School in 1953. His singing career began while he was a student at Humes, where he won the senior class talent show. His slick-backed hair and unusual style of dress were tolerated by Principal Thomas C. Brindley, who died in 1974. And then going to the back here. So within 2 months of graduation, Presley recorded songs at Memphis Recording Service. The following year, he recorded at Sun Records along with Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, and Jerry Lee Lewis. After achieving success, Presley was a frequent donor to the school. For many years, Presley continued his association with other Humes alumni, including George Klein, who created and hosted WHBQ-TV's Talent Party, among the first television programs to feature racially mixed musical groups. Red West, who had a long acting career and wrote 8 songs that Presley recorded. Now, another notable alumnus that's not mentioned on the marker is Bill Black. Who's the head of Bill Black's Combo. They had some hit records on their own, but they were also, for the most part, one of the backing bands for Elvis. So yeah, it's pretty cool that Elvis was able to make some lifelong friends here. So Elvis did apparently attend 8th grade here, and this was the only school that he attended while in Memphis. But there is a big story I found where he was so intimidated by how big the school was and how big the student body was that he turned around and went home, which was not too far from here. But it was his parents, Gladys and Vernon Presley. They said, you better stay determined to get your education. And indeed, he did just that. When he graduated in 53, that was when he became the first member of the Presley family to graduate high school. But he was an average student. I mean, he was more of a, I guess, a B and C student, but he got along with his teachers. But most of his teachers, they didn't really punish him if he was trying to get into trouble. Like, there's a story about where he was eating an apple in the hallway, something that he was not allowed to do, but since they knew he was a nice and polite young man, they just let him do it anyway, you know, no harm intended. And one of his favorite teachers was Miss Scribner, who saw a lot in Elvis's potential, and she first discovered that Elvis could sing during a homeroom picnic. He sat by himself playing guitar, singing songs, mostly ballads. Students would gather around him, and he was encouraged to sing his heart out. And yeah, I think his strongest subject was shop class, at least that's what I heard. But he was not really good in academics. But he did get a C in music class because his teacher did not like the way he sang. Oh my gosh. I mean, we all heard that story before. But Elvis did fire back saying, you just don't like my kind of singing. I don't think there's anybody here, but I'm just going to go up straight to the entrance here, and yeah, standing where Elvis once was. Very nice. And Elvis also attended prom, I think it's senior prom, at the famous Peabody Hotel where they had those ducks run around. What was it, a chessboard game? Huh. Checkers, I mean. So yeah. Alright, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason, just right in front of the old Humes High School in uptown Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis graduated high school. I am signing off.